Okay, so we're gonna wait at least until the ad's done. So while we wait, I forgot to do some stuff. Let's copy this. Okay. Yeah, I need to set up my one. I got to turn the fan on because it's starting to get a little warm. But we are going to actually do. Got to turn on my music. There we go. So it should be. I'm looking. It's kind of low, I think. So we'll turn it up a little bit. Sitting at about minus 42, which is probably a pretty good area. So I did some learning about audio, and one of the things that audio said to do is kind of have it at between negative 35 and negative 45, which so we should be good. There we go. Copy that. Hopefully I'm still signed into Blue Sky, and I am. Hungry. I'll follow him. New posts. Yeah, I need to change my Blue Sky thing. It's me as a in my banana suit, which I do have. It used to be a channel point redemption over on Twitch, but unfortunately I kind of turned a lot of those off. I do need to go back through, set them up. So, and I need to figure out how to do some stuff for YouTube too. So anytime moving forward, I'll have to okay, it looks like ads are done, at least on Twitch. So basically anytime okay, we'll post. Boom. Okay. But yeah, so I was having, or what was I talking? I just literally forgot what I was talking about. Anyways, I do have two mice up here, so hopefully I don't grab the wrong one. So I have one computer off to my left. It's my Mac. I have my Twitch up on that. Just in case I need to do some more like admin type things. The other one has my YouTube, so I can kind of see what's going on there. So we should be good to go. Hey, what's going on? Hey, I figured out what the issue is. I think you were here last night. It was such a pain. So whenever you start anything in Visual Studio, at least I found out. So if I wanted to start a new project, the issue is I had a blank project and I wanted to do the console app because that allowed me to use these includes up here. So that's the whole, I was like, and then this is me just messing around with stuff. But how are you doing today? Well, you had a good day? But yeah, so once again, I will be learning from, I do have a number of other books. I have this book. You can't really read the bottom part. It says from problem analysis to program design. then I got 2 other books which are really good. I might kind of start looking at them too. But so the problem I have is I have like, oh, nice. Although my day has been so. Oh, it's not good. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know. I'm not actually sure where you're from. So hopefully you have enough time in your day to kind of make it more yes instead of so. But yeah, so then I got 2 other ones. I got this one from the creator of C++. And then I have this other one from the creator of C++ as well. There we go. So, yeah, the creator of C++ wrote some books. So those are some other books I'm going to try to read. Oh, wow. Yeah, I know. I really do want to learn, because one of the things is I have a master's degree in information security and cyber defense, or no, it's information assurance and cybersecurity. So I kind of actually want to, they have like bug bounty programs. So I'm like, well, I mean, if you can reverse engineer things to, you know, I'd have to look more into it, but you know, just, yeah. So I'm hoping to kind of get more into that, which involves one of the things that you should learn is C or C++. So that's kind of why I wanted to learn that. The other thing I learned too when I was messing around with the stuff. So this is, yeah. So just something fun to do. And I was talking to some people and they're like, oh, well, you should just learn straight up Unreal first. And I'm like, I don't understand the foundation of it. I can write code. It's just, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't fully understand how like headers work. I don't fully understand a lot of the core components that people should learn, which you might be able to learn using C++, but that's kind of where, I mean, that's some things that you could do learning Unreal, like C++ for Unreal, but it'd be easier to learn it without having to deal with all of the nuances of Unreal itself. So learning straight, you know, C++, and then, because to me, the way I look at it is Unreal Engine is just a library of, you know, that it's just a library. So when you use it, you know, you could call stuff from the library and use it. That's, I mean, like when I was going for my master's, one of the courses they did was, this might mess stuff up, but I don't know which. Uh-oh. There we go. I gotta fix that. There we go. I don't know which book it was. It was one of the books I have up there where a lot of it was learning and understanding how to use, actually it was C++ and understanding the different security libraries and being able to, you know, do things with those libraries. And since I was learning C++ at the time, I had a really good understanding of how all that stuff worked. So I was able to actually help the rest of the class. There was 9 other people in the class besides me. So I was able to help them out too, because, you know, I told them, you know, I understand all this. Like, you know, working on C++, so I know this. And the teacher, it's kind of funny. She didn't, like, I'm not going to say she didn't know it, but she didn't understand some of the things. And I'm like, well, no, because if you look at, and then I had a whole bunch of stuff and documentation, and then I showed her all this documentation. So, yeah. So, oh yeah, but you can set as a startup project. So now when I push play, it'll run this other one I have. It'll run this right here. So what's the list price of the car? You know, 14,500. So basically what it does is you have your C out, which, you know, to your display, you know, what's the price of the car, your C in. So then I'm taking that, whatever I input is going to be, you know, the list price. And then since I have all this up, the dealer price is which is the price that the dealer has to pay to get the car's list price times, you know, 0.85. And then the lowest price is the dealer price plus 500, which is the lowest price that they could sell it for. And then I'll put that. I don't even know if that was the right thing to do. So if we look back, we can read it real quick. Oh, nope, it's in chapter 1. So I went through the first 3 chapters of this book. I skimmed them, and I'm pretty sure they're just like super basic understanding of the different things. So it's not like, you know, there's no enumerations, there's no header files or something. That's later on in the book. So I'm not really too worried about that. It says the dealer's cost of a car is 85% of the listed price. The dealer would accept any offer that is at least $500 over that cost. Design an algorithm that prompts the user to input the list price of the car and print the least amount that the dealer should accept for the car. So that's what we did. So the lowest, so when we, you know, hey, the list price, if we look right here, you know, hey, this is the list price of the car. I put 15,000. So then it took 15,000. So we can do calculator. So if we do 14,500 times 0.85, that's 12,000, and then add 500. Oops. I saw that, and that was not even right. So 4,500 times 0.85. So then plus. See, what is it doing? That's not what it's supposed to be doing. Okay. That is all right. We'll just do it here. Oops. 5 equals, then we'll add 500. So 12,850 or 12,825. So if we do this again, it's gonna pop up. Oh no, it's right here. So 14,500. So the lowest price is 12,825, which is what, you know, we got with our calculator. So it's working. So we did exactly what we were supposed to do. Super easy. Like I said, we're just doing super simple stuff right now. I mean, you can technically, I mean, I wouldn't know how. I mean, you could set this entire thing into a function. Actually, without the return 0. So you could set this stuff into a function and then just run the function in main. That's another way you could do it. But I mean, why bother? You're just adding a couple extra lines that do all the same thing. At least for right now. Later on, that's probably definitely something that we'll have to look at. So that not everything's in main. You want main to be kind of clean from my understanding. So sorry I'm looking down. I'm actually looking at my book, like I said. So I was trying to find another one. The pennies. Yeah, it's kind of dumb. So the volume of the sphere is 4/3 times pi r cubed, and the surface area is 4 pi r squared, where r is the radius of the sphere. Given the radius, design an algorithm that computes the volume and surface of the sphere, also using C++ statement provided in example 1.1. So okay, let's go look at example 1.1. I unfortunately I cannot really show you guys what some of this is. Because one, this book is, I don't want to have this posted because I might get in trouble. Okay, so example 1.1 is finding the area of a rectangle, or the area in the perimeter. So what they're saying, I think, is to so what we can do, so another thing that I learned, you can just do file, new, the project. Yeah, so we do next. Add to solution. So this is area and volume of sphere. Okay, create. So it should create it in here. We can just right click, set this as startup project, and then we can remove this stuff. Remove this. Okay, so we have our IO inserts. Okay, so we can actually do this outside. I think we can set this up so we can do, so actually let me do Notepad. So let's just like write this out real quick in Notepad. I don't really need any of these saved. So I shouldn't have closed this, dang it. So we can kind of get an understanding of what we're looking for. So it says the volume of a sphere. So the volume of a sphere. I don't know why, but it has 4.0 divided by... It has 4.0 divided by 3.0 times pi times r cubed. So that's going to be... So we can do volume... Or sphere volume, there we go. So we know what we're working with, equals this. This is, just pseudocode. I mean, if you need to know what that is, just let me know. I could kind of explain it, maybe, possibly. And then the next part was surface area. Sphere. So the way I'm writing the variables this way, so I know what they are. And when we use them. So is 4.0 times pi times r squared. Okay, so given the radius, so I'm trying to figure out how we could do this. Because so we're gonna check something. So all right, and then so we'll write out actually what it wants. Yeah, given because I'm trying to get this book out of the way. It's kind of bulky. Computes the volume and surface area of a sphere. Okay, so we have everything we need to know, so I'm going to move the book out of the way so I have a little bit more room. The first thing I want to do is get rid of this. So we're going to give an int r. We'll just say radius. We have our int radius, right? So if we do void because I want the radius to be a global variable rather than so give radius. So if we do that, actually before sphere is, if I can spell, so n line, so y, oops. So there we go. So we're using namespace standard. So these 3 dots means it's not used. Those means it's not used. So if I do cn here, radius, so it's not gonna work. Okay, so I know. Hang on, let's do this. Let's see if this will work up here. There we go. Okay, so that tells me something. So then we'll do cout. Oh no, we'll do give radius. We'll run that, and then we will run cout radius. Okay, return 0. There we go. So what I'm trying to do is, like I said, I want it to be global, so I can use this radius anywhere. So if we push play, this should allow us to do, okay. Void, floats. Will that work? So let's look up functions real quick in the book. Well, you know, let's just look it up. So what we want to know is how to call a function in C++. So let's remove my bookmarks. So AI tells us, so void my function. Did I forget something? Okay. It's being called right here, so okay, so that's not gonna work. That's, I mean, it's not, it's, why is it squiggly? Not a type name. Okay. Don't know what that means. Okay. So if we're calling the functions, here it says void my function. So we have void give radius. I think. What if we do void static? What if we do this? No. 9 5 right here. So 9 row 9 fifth one in. So if you look 1 2 3 4 then 5, I guess. Oh, actually it's 1 2 3 4 5. There we go. So it's telling you where it is. Identifier not found. What does that mean? So it's, I don't know if that's what I want. So this is just a one-line function. So you're adding those two numbers. Where is add though? Oh, it's right here. My bad. So that's because what it's returning is. So you're actually here. It's saying. So it's what's going to happen is it's going to run this. It's going to get these numbers. It's going to get num1 12. It's going to get 34. It's going to put those in here. So it's going to return 12. And so yeah. So it will return 12 plus 1 or 12 plus 34, which is 46. And then it's going to add 67, and then whatever the answer to that is, and then it's going to add 12. That's what this is saying, but I don't know how that kind of helps what I'm looking for. Let's say it's 46. Oh, because that's all we're doing is just adding this. Never mind. And then, okay, yeah, so the rest of that won't work. Just trying to figure this out. Because I thought this would work. I thought... But it's saying identifier not found. What is 3861 identifier not found? So let's do 3861 identifier not found. Okay. All right. So 3861 is that, but maybe we need to move this above it? Play. Okay, learn something new every day. Yeah. Thank you. that's I just saw you post in there. Is it Mr. Tousty? I'm sorry if I messed it up. Okay. 7. Okay, so it worked. That okay, thank you. Yeah, like I said, it's been a while since I thought main had to be at the top, and when it compiles, I thought it would just compile everything, figure out what needs to go where, but it lied to me. But yeah, so okay, so we'll do that. Then we need, so we're sphere volume, and then okay, thank you though. Like I said, if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, please let me know. But it looks like it's Mr. Tousty. So static void, sphere volume, and then we'll do a static void surface area. So, and then we will do actually we can probably just do it out here. Sphere volume, and then ints. I know we might be able, because I'm just testing things out. Surface. Ooh, are we not gonna be allowed to do that because the name? Hang on, let me rethink this, because I don't think it's gonna work because the function name is the same as the actual variable, so I don't know if that'll work. So we'll just do this volume sphere just to figure that out. Oh, I should have done that too. Shoot. Okay. So that should work. Our volume sphere volume. So it's volume equals. I'd probably just copy this for right now. I know it's wrong. I know what I need to do. Give me a little bit. So it's pi equals 3.141. 1592. We'll use that. And then this will be pow radius 3. That should work. And then the surface area is 4 times. Actually, let's copy this out too. Okay, so pow, of course, is for the power. So we're using the radius, and then 2 because this one was cubed. This should work, I think. So we can always check. Okay, so third. What's up with this? Turn value. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. There we go. Okay, that's what happened. All right. So next we'll do out. If I can spell. That's fine. And then we'll do. Can't even spell. in line. Go up here. The volume. I cannot even spell. So it'd be sphere volume. Okay. This, I am hoping this works. Okay, it does not work. Of course it doesn't work. Oh, I did int. My bad. So these actually need to change. This shouldn't be int. This should be, it says double, so we'll just use a double. And why? Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. Look at this. I put int. It's not an int, it's a double. Okay, no. On sphere volume, did I incorrectly spell it? I did. This is volume sphere. There we go. So now let's try. There we go. So if we do 7. Okay, so 0 and 0. Okay, so that did not do what I... Oh, we need to remove this too. And wait. 5. Okay, so that did... Alright, so volume is sphere 0 and 0. Oh, looks like ads are going to be running here and over on YouTube, so we're going to kind of hold off on this. I'm just going to take a look, though, because there is this issue where the volume and the surface area are both 0. So I'm guessing 0 is going into here, so we can, let's check. So we'll do this real quick. Radius. So why is it still... Okay, so the... I'm dumb. Oh, okay. I see. All right, we're gonna hold off until Twitch gets back, and then we're gonna kind of talk about this, because talking is good, because I forget things. Okay, so this is gonna be fun, because it's very important to kind of look at things and scroll down, because scrolling down gives you a bigger picture. I feel very dumb. We can all feel very dumb, but I feel very dumb. So with Twitch being back, the whole issue is that, well, not this, but we can delete that. So what's happening is we need to actually run this. I think. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure we need to do this. And we need to do surface or sphere, surface area. So this now should theoretically, I think, work. So if I do 7, it does not work. Okay. So, and it's still, so it knows what the radius is. I don't know. I'm curious what this is. Oop. I don't think this is gonna work. Okay. I mean, I don't have to do it this way. I could easily just move all this stuff into... So we're gonna do this. Cut. I'm just gonna put all it in here. Actually, we'll just do this. Actually, do that. Go back up here. Grab this. Control Z. Cut this. Put it in there. This. Grab all this stuff. Cut. We're gonna put it in a commented out section for right now. Why is this? I'm not... Oh! Oh, whoops. There. That's what happened. Whoops. That's fine though. So then we'll grab the volume. We'll cut that. We'll put the here. And then we'll do this one. We'll cut this out. Like I said, I was just trying something. It didn't work. I will have to figure out what's going on, but right now doesn't have to be that time. So we'll check this out. 7. So then if we do a calculator, 4 divided by 3 times 3.141592, which is what I used, and then times hang on, let me change the calculator. Scientific. Oh shoot, we lost everything. All right, let's try it again. 4 divided by 3 times 3.141592, which is what we use for pi, then times so it's 7y3 oops 14 right there. So 1436.75 is what we have. If we make this a little wider, we can see I actually hit it twice. So it's the top one. So it worked. There's no issue with it. That worked. So I just have to understand. So, you know, going through something like this, it's always important to kind of know where your weaknesses are. And I already knew this was going to be a weakness. Not fully understanding, like, you know, this and kind of, oops, what's going on? There we go. But I mean, I can do it without having those other functions. I was just trying to learn how to do the functions. So, hey, how you doing, Code? Code Matt XOR. So, I out of curiosity, the XOR, is that more of a... Because I know XOR's encoding too. But hopefully you're doing well. I'm just kind of learning some C++. So for 2 reasons. One is assembly XOR. Okay. So, yeah, I had to deal with a lot with XOR going through some of my security classes. It was interesting. But that going kind of back to security, the reason I'm learning C++ is for Unreal, because that uses that, but also because I think you were in Kavino's stream when I mentioned this, but one of the ways to do like reverse engineering and whatnot is with C++, and understanding how to use C++ will help with that. So that's one of the things, another reason why I'm learning C++. Is to be able to do that. Maybe not necessarily on stream, because I don't know how much or how well that will be allowed. I don't want to do something that is not allowed because I don't want to get in trouble for something. But at least off stream, that's something I'll look at. And maybe even posting to YouTube if I'm working on something. But yeah. So anyways, so like I said, I have this book, C++ programming book. I got a couple other ones too. A buddy of mine went to college, and so I bought this book on sale. I think back when I bought it was like, I didn't buy it for this price. I got it for like $80, but I think it was like 200 and some. But I was just happy. I put it in my wish list, and it's like I got an email, hey, you know, this book's like $85 or something or whatever it was. I'm like, well, okay, let's go grab it. So, but he used it for one of his, I mean, not this one specifically, but it's a book that he used for one of his college classes. So that's kind of why I'm using it, because I got, I don't know how well you guys will see this, but if we look, I'll try to show you guys. Oh yeah, it's gonna be forever. Always learning. So I'm not really like, so I guess you could say I am learning out of a book. I'm learning out of a book mainly because of, I don't know if you guys can see. Nah, maybe not. okay, you guys can't really see, but at the end of each chapter, there is a couple things. There is a quick review to kind of go over everything you learned in the chapter, but there's also an exercise section which has some of these things like this. You know, I didn't really read the chapter. I know enough C++ to have me do this. It's so yeah, so there's like this, there's another one. Tom and Jerry opened a new lawn service. They provide 3 types of services: mowing, fertilizing, and planting trees. The cost of mowing is, you know, X, fertilizing is Y, and planting a tree is Z. This write an algorithm that prompts the user to enter the area of the lawn, the number of fertilized applications, and the number of trees to be planted. The algorithm then determines the billing amount. So that's kind of why that's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm not really reading per se. I might go back through if I don't understand something to see if I can kind of understand it from the book. This book, I don't like, I'm really good hands-on, so reading isn't very helpful. The way that this book puts it, though, is it helps. For some odd reason, it helps me understand. So that's kind of why I like this book. It's one of the very few I do like. I have read some stuff from the creator of C++. I do got a couple of his books too. I do want to go through, at least kind of read it, but not necessarily, you know, do anything. Let me see if he has, I thought he might have some exercises, but that's mainly what I'm looking at, is kind of going through. Holy crap. He literally starts, okay, no, he's like 100 pages in, but it's like, here, let's just throw you into the pond with a rock tied to your waist and let's see what happens. Holy crap. This is like, wow, this is like very, very advanced. This one might not be the first one that you want to read. But yeah, so that's kind of what I forgot, my bad. We were looking to see what's at the end of the chapters. I thought one of his books had something at the end of the chapters that's not this one. Nope, it does not. It might be the other one. Okay, but I can tell. Hang on, I'll read that again here in a second. I thought he had, okay, basics. Yeah, this is the basics. Yeah, so he also has exercises as well in his book too. So like I said, I'm not really using the books to read, which I will read though anyways, because some of the things I do need to know, but yeah. All right, so I only learn when I know something, okay, how something works. Let me reread this, give me 1 second. How something works. Yeah, so for me, it's like I need to be hands-on. I need to tinker with it to understand what's going on. That's why I'm doing this. I have an understanding of how this works. So for here, like someone could put Q in, right? And that would completely make everything work. So I'm not even fully done yet with this. If I wanted to get more in depth, I would then put in something, you know, if... I'm gonna do some pseudocode, but it'd be something like if, whatever the radius, and like I said, pseudocode. So radius does not equal, int. You're gonna be like, hey dummy, you did it. You entered in the wrong. Are you, hey dummy, you didn't enter in a int. Please enter an int. And that's the other thing. It shouldn't even be an int. It should be a double. So this really should be a double, because your radius might not be like a int. It might be 3.5 or something like that. But yeah, so we don't have to say dummy, but you know what I mean. It's like, hey, hey, you didn't enter in a double. Like you could have entered in Q. So, and then it'd be so enter. But that wouldn't work because you'd have to make it loop too. So you'd probably want like a maybe a do whiles. A loop one might work. But yeah, so there's even more that would come to this. This is just like a simple thing that I'm doing. So I know I'm not gonna be like kind of like, hey, let's enter Q. So if we go, let me go. Actually, we can do this real quick. So let's try that. So if we were to, because what's gonna happen is it's just not gonna work. It's gonna be 0, right? So if I do Q, oops. It's gonna be like, hey, 0, because you can't multiply a character by, it's just not gonna work. It's a failure. So that is something to remember when you're programming. Hey, this does work. But we're not done. We're not done. There's more things to do, and that's the same with. Actually, no, that wouldn't be. It'd just be right here where you have your input when. As Pirate Software always said, if you allow someone to put in whatever, he didn't really say this, but he said something else. But basically, what he said boils down to, if you allow a user to input any type of data, they're gonna put in any type of data. So they might not put in a double, they might put in a letter. They might put in, a special character. So you have to take that into account when you're programming, and you have them, a user actually, enter in data. Me, I'm not going to do that because I'm kind of messing with it. But yeah, just something to remember. But anyways, like I said, I'm going slow, and like, one of the main things I don't understand that Unreal uses a ton is header files. I understand that they're like a table of contents that has everything that's in the header file for that file, or for that CPP file. It'll have all your variables in it. It'll have a lot of other stuff in it, and then your CPP files where you declare all that stuff. I understand that. It's just I don't understand. Where do I put things? That's one of the things I'm gonna have to figure out. So that's why I thought maybe if I learn C++, because I don't have to deal with all of the Unreal nuances, like all their let me think, what kind of all their naming, not the naming of the stuff. I don't have to type it all out. I can sit down, write something kind of a lot smaller like this. I could have created a header file for this, use, this into there, put them probably into the protected area or something like that. And then I could have, done it, include, area and volume of sphere.h, whatever I wanted to name it. I could have done that here, but I didn't, But yeah, that's kind of what it boils down to. Is I'm trying to understand how Unreal works by first understanding how C++ works. Okay, there we go. So sorry about the long-winded talkings of me. Okay. So I'm just trying to figure out, should I just move on maybe? Okay. And unfortunately, it's going to be a long time because this book is like super thick. And I'm only just... I have to sit down, read some of the stuff, and then... Like, I went through the first 3 chapters, which isn't, like, too much. It's, like, this much of the book. Like, you got the big fat book, and then it's, like, there we go. It's, like, not very much. So I went through, and I pretty much, even chapter 4 is more... Seems like all the first couple chapters are more related to the basics. And then after that's where... probably going to have to actually start working a lot harder to understand what you need to do. Hang on, sorry, I'm just kind of looking real quick, sorry. Yeah, and then you got like enumerators. It's a lot of this stuff is gonna be over, and a lot of it's used too, and it's just kind of over my head right now, and that's. I'm getting super nervous trying to get it. 'Cause I'm afraid, like, hey, you know, I'm streaming this. I'm streaming me learning, and hopefully it's maybe helping you guys out. I don't know. But I'm actually going to go to chapter 2 because this page is about to rip out. Yeah, let me go to chapter 2 real quick. I got to be very careful. This book's kind of old, though. I bought it 2019, I think. So one of the pages is ripping out. Okay, so... Okay, so we're not, that's all kind of basic stuff. Okay, so that's basic stuff, because it has like steps. I don't want to do ones that has steps. Prompts the user to enter 5 decimal. The program then adds the 5 decimal, convert the sum to the nearest integer, and print the result. I think. Okay. Okay, so here's probably a pretty easy one too, which is in chapter 2, and I'm not exactly sure why, but I also see another one. It's a lot longer, but this one's so one of the things I do like to do before I do anything yet is just kind of write down what's going on in the notepad. So basically you're taking, actually that's too easy. That was really easy. That one's actually gonna be kind of interesting. So a little bit. I don't know how to do this fully. So basically it's saying, hey, enter number of seconds and have it display hours, then minutes and seconds. I kind of understand how to do this a little bit. So given that, how would we do this? So what are we gonna need? Let me make sure that's all there was. It's really nice too. These pages, like on the edge, it kind of shows how long each chapter is. So I can pretty quickly go back to that page. And I'm not going to do all of them. We're just going to, I guess I'll be on for a little while, but so write a program that prompts the user to input the elapsed time for an event in seconds. The program then outputs the elapsed time in hours, minutes, and seconds. For example, if the time is 9,630 seconds, the output would be 2 hours, 40 minutes, 30 seconds. Okay. I mean, it's kind of, so we'd want, so these are all integers. So we'd be int hours, we'd want int minutes, okay, so there'd be 2 seconds, 2 types. So it'd be one for the user to input. So, oops. So we'll do seconds here. And then we'll do an int total seconds. This probably should stick with is it Pascal case, I think. So if we do that, so that should be everything, or all the variables we'd need. So then we would so hours would equal total seconds, we don't have to do it this way. Divided by 60, divide that by 60. So then minutes, oops. So we want to make sure so for the minutes, that would be hours. Hang on, let me think. So enter a random number in seconds and have it display the hours, minutes, and seconds. So we'll take the hour, or no, we take... No. Ooh, this is actually kind of good. Okay, see, this is... Okay, so... No, hang on. It's not that. I was thinking it would be... You take the hours, but that's... Oh my gosh, how are we... See, because what I'm... Alright, so what I'm thinking right now is... Let's say we have, okay, so 9630 divided by 60 is a number. Where's my friend? So 9630 divided by 60. Oh, you, okay, so you'd want to use the, so that's how many minutes that seconds is, right? So you'd then want to use 160.5. So then you'd want to use, I think it's this operator, which would, I think, get that. So if you do hours, and it can't be int either, it's gonna have to be a double. So, but we can set precision to 0. So we'd also want to add in, so not only do we want include IO stream so we can output, we'd also want to include, that'd be this as well. IO man IP, I think. So that would allow us to set precision so we could, when we're doing it a little later. So we'd take hours, this, then this, divided by 60. No. See, oh my gosh, this is why I don't, this is why. This is one of the reasons, like right here, it's like, I don't know what to do. I mean, I understand what I need. I don't know how to do it. All right, so we know hours. This would be ended up being the hours. So the hours. Oh, there's an ad going to be running over on Twitch, so we're gonna kind of. I'm gonna have to think about this. I mean, I understand. I don't know how to do it. So let me see if, well, I guess we're gonna, ad starts in about 2 minutes, so there's something I'm missing. I forgot I had that up too, that clip thing. So Maji, would it be we're gonna skim real quick through this chapter 2 and see. We got floating points. So it talks about comments, which is the slash, the 2 slashes, or the slash asterisk for multi-line. So I want to see if there's, so it's not that. Char integer. No. So the percentage. Oh, we got a couple seconds. So in the division 34 divided by 5, the quotient 6 is the remainder. The quotient is 6, and the remainder is 4. Therefore, it'd be a remainder of 4. So it'd be a remainder of 0.5, but it really wouldn't be 0.5. I'm thinking. So let me go. I don't think it actually tells you how, like, the answers. That'd be kind of nice. Oh, here we go. It does. Which one did I pick? First of all, did I pick an even or an odd? Please let it be an odd. I think that's we might have to move. It is an even, damn it. The answers are all even. I might have to, because no, all right, we're not going to look it up yet, but I think I just need a slight, odd number exercises. Dang it. Why do you think any of these needs to be double? So if we do an int, oh shoot. All right, hang on. All right, I got you. So you have to give me a little bit. Okay. Well, while we wait, let me kind of look. I got him though. I got you. Oh, fixing syntax errors too in chapter 2. Oh, hang on. Let me think real quick. So if we do that, then we take the I'm thinking. I gotta think. This is rough. This is very rough. We got a couple seconds left. Okay, so to answer your question, Jack. Well, you want to Jack a trade, which is, why do you think any of these needs to be double? So when you're dividing, this for example right here. So when you're dividing it to find how many seconds, this is the minutes. So it gives you it leaves you off with that 0.5. So you would need to have a double rather than an int. Or it could be a float too. It can't be an int. I could change it to float. But yeah, int won't work. I'm making, the total seconds an integer. But other than that, the rest you can't. So this would even be hours. I am dumb. So if we do this is the minutes. So actually you want to know what if we do trying to think. So I wonder, because we're dividing by 60, so you'd have, okay, so I just started thinking, so because we're dividing by 60, half of 60 is going to be 30, right? So if we use that, the modulus or whatever it's called, it will switch it over, instead of, 0.5 or half, it'll switch it over to 30. So I'm kind of curious now. So So if we do this, so using the 196.30, right? Calculator. Divide that by 60 as well, so it's 2. So we would want to, so this would be, so for hours, it should be, oops, so it'd be 2.67, or 2 and 6/8 basically, but 6/7, I think, 6.75. Hello, Wallace. Yes, I've been learning it on and off, and I never got very far. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So then, if we do the modulus of, but yeah, like I said, I don't know if you were here, but I'm learning C++ for Unreal. Is not necessarily the main area of why but it's like 60% of the reason why I'm learning, well, 70%, because I do want to make my own game, but I'm also learning it because I don't want to say I work in the security field, but I work in the security field, and, you know, being able to do something that I would kind of, I find interesting, like reverse engineering it. From what I read and remember from years ago when I was more into the field, you know, having a programming background does help. So then minutes would be doing a mod for a game. Okay, so also learning C++, I'm doing a mod for a game that, like almost all games, is made in C++. Awesome. Actually, I know someone else that's doing, like, who was it? Zed? Was it Z.A. Shaw? I know he streams on Twitch. He's also making, I mean, well, actually, I think he was making a website using Go lately, but he was making a game using only C++. Like, he knows, like, a number of languages, and it's kind of interesting to watch. But so for the minutes would be was it hours modulus 60? Wait, hang on. How did that work again? Shoot, I should have just left it open. Yeah, let's see if I can. Here we go. M. All right, C. Let's look up M M M M E N. There we go. M M O. I probably should just be looking this up on the internet. I think you guys would probably totally agree with me. Here we go. 9293. It does not. It's not there. It lied to me. Wanted to see. I think it's this. Oh, I wonder if it's going to be this. I wonder if that's that, and then so hours. Hang on, would be this would be hours. This would be minutes. Actually, I will change the hours format. And then seconds would be minutes. Maybe. I mean, we could try real quick and see what happens. Oops, we don't want to save. So we're going to file, new project, console app, new add to solution. This is converting to hours, minutes, seconds. Okay, and then right click, we want to do set as setup. There we go. Yeah, so I'm not fully like I'd be using Unreal to do a lot of this stuff rather than C++. I know like there's a number of libraries that C++ can use for what is it? don't know if I'll need this. You know, for making a game. And then I know I gotta go back in and kind of fix it. I know I gotta go put in the semicolon. There we go. So if we do see out, namespace standard, there we go. So if we do see out, please, oops. Am I hitting the wrong button? Yeah, I am. Please enter in the total length. We don't. So CN, and then that'd be total seconds. So out of curiosity, I know it's gonna work. Oh, good, because I always did end line, so we don't even have to do that. And then they're done. Okay. So we're gonna take. What do we do? What did we say? But yeah, so also I'm a total. I'm gonna call myself a noob I know enough where I can read. Like, I can read really advanced C++. I cannot write advanced C++. I will fail miserably because I will forget things. But being able to look at it and see it, I can pretty much read it. Unless it's super, super, super long and I would kind of get bored after a while looking. So we are... What do we... All right. Now, because here we go. So hours equals... We'll just copy this. I don't think this is going to work, but we'll see. Okay. So did I do this wrong? Division result truncated. So what do I don't even know what that means. 18 and 19 right here. So if I, out of curiosity, if I do this, so if I do see out, could I do? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know if you can. I know printf was a thing from C. Okay, it looks like you can use it too. I don't. Ours is not expecting a. There's a semicolon. So where are you expecting this semicolon? Good program. Okay, so we'll just do it this way. I know how this works. Okay. Okay, it's too long. Let's do this. Okay. Oh, interesting. Even. Oh, please don't tell me this is like a. Did I literally just randomly type in a? I don't think I did. Well, we'll see. Divided by 60. No, I couldn't have because there's an 8 at the end. 0.8. So what's... So why... Oh, it's truncated before it casts the floating point. Okay, I know what that means now. So you're getting rid of it. So if we were to do this, why is this doing that? What does this even mean? Okay, so that's not gonna work. We can try float, maybe? It's still the same thing. Because the question then becomes, if I switch this over to an int, isn't there an auto? Okay, so there is no. I thought there's like an auto. So if I do int, okay. So minutes. What is 2? Okay, hang on. Let's do something we know real quick. So we know. Okay, so I think I see what you're talking about, Jack of all trades. 9630 22. That's wrong. It wasn't a 2. It was 2 hours 40 minutes and 30 seconds. Now I'm kind of curious. Okay. What if I do this? That did that. Oh. And then it would be so if we run this 9360 222, that is wrong. So that's wrong. Oh wait, don't we need a return 0 though? I don't think it's going to change anything. Okay, so 22. What? Why would it be 2? So we know, let's do 63 real quick. So if I do 63, so we know it's going to be, oh, it's zeros. Never mind. Well, it should have been 1 minute, 3 seconds. So something, I messed something up. At least there's no issues where there's a bug. There's just, well, it's a failed. Print hour. All right, so hours is supposed to be a whole integer. What? Hours is supposed to be. Let me do something real quick. Well, yeah. So I could still do a. Hang on, we can change this back. We can change this to float real quick. So if I were to do, I'm gonna do decisions 0. Oh, because there's no hours. Time 60 seconds times 60, 3600. So this should be. That should be 1. Okay. Because that should be 1, which is fine. So if we just try, what happens? Ours is supposed to be yes. So the starting an integer in a not necessarily. So if I were to do so now this should be a float. That would be a float. So but I turn it. Let me remove this. So if I do 3601, oh, it's still doing a full blown integer. So what? Try to figure this out. It shouldn't be doing that. So, I mean, if like with this, so if we do, there it is. Was it 9630? That's 2 hours 40 minutes 30 seconds. Divide that by 60. Divide that by 60. So you have 2 hours. So, you know, then I'm trying to take this number and put it into, but that I don't even know if that would work. How am I storing an integer in a float though? That's oh, it literally says right here, integer division result is truncated before casting to a floating point. Yes, okay, I see what you're saying now. But it's why is it forcing it? It's I don't understand that. So if I change this to a float. Okay. 23. Yeah, there we go. So they all had to be afloat. So I wanted to do this. So why is this? Okay, so why? I don't understand. This minutes is afloat. I do this. Does this do anything? Okay. So it must be an issue with. Well, I mean, technically you could just do this. No, it wouldn't work because because I wanted to take what's in hours in. So why isn't? Okay. So why is this not working? I thought it. Hang on. Let me double check. Why am I'm gonna just look it up online. We're just gonna look it up online. So I'm wrong at what it does. So no, it's returns the remainder of the division sign. So we're doing it wrong then. So we're basically that. Yeah, this wouldn't work because we would be. Yeah, we don't want. Okay, hang on. How the hell would I do this? Gosh, man, this is why I don't like doing this. I feel dumb. So yes, this is wrong. We don't want to do this because we don't want to divide the hours by 60. So it's not this. It would be this. Wait, hang on. No. It has to deal with. I thought it would have to deal with this. So we don't want to divide this. But okay. Now okay, so I think I see that. So how much time is 2.6 hours? Was like hang on, so it would be 6 times 6, 2 hours 36 minutes. Give or take. But I'm trying to I'm trying to figure out how to. Wow, yeah, this is. Well, so the way I figured it, so if you got 0.6, so there's 10, 0 to 10. So 6 times 6 is 36. So 6 times 5 is 30. I don't know. I don't know how my brain works. That's what I thought. Jeez. We got like about a minute and a half before an ad starts. I did want to switch over to 3 minutes ads just so I could. All right. I need to. So that's the whole issue. How do I grab? Out that 0.6, well, it's 0.675 to get the 40 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, so I need to force my brain to think more logically, I think. So the hours, this should work for the hours. So to get the minutes, I have to take the hours. So it's the remainder of the hours, which I don't know how to do. Like, how do I drop like the whole, like, the first digit? Um, hmm. 3,600. Yep, because 10. So 10 minutes is 600. Multiply that by 6. Yeah, you get 3,600. Oh, okay. So I'll hold off for a little bit. Oh, okay. So, okay, I think I have an idea. Okay, so, okay, we got 18 seconds left. Okay, so it looks like we're back. So I'm kind of thinking, what if we take the first number from the hours, so the actual integer itself, so like 2, if we're using the 9630. So if we take that 2 for the 2 hours, or no, we take the hours, subtract, and then subtract, hang on. Crap, how am I, okay, yep. So it'd be the hours. So it'd be, hang on. So if we're going to write this out. So basically what I'm saying is, so you have the hours. Let's say it was 2.675, which it is in this case. And then we take that. So we take that 2.675 minus, and then the first hours. Hang on, no. Crap! Shoot. The digit, the 2 in this case, multiply it by 3,600. So that would be 7,200. And then you'd have to. Wait, no, hold. So the question then becomes is move decimal point from number in C++. Of course, I spelt that all wrong. You truncate it. So is there a me? Why is that messed up? And then you would take that, whatever it is. Yeah, we're gonna. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna take me a little bit to figure this out fully. But it shows there's a trunk command. I don't know what it's part of though. Oh, it's CMath. Okay, hang on. So if you include, oop. So did I? Oh, it's CMath. What is? Oh, I was like, why is that there? Boom. Okay, so there is no. Good look at an answer from 12 years ago. Oh, it's not even. It's just so it'd be trunk hours. Oops. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, of course you're expecting. There you go, my friend. Okay, there we go. So, oh my gosh, we're gonna need more thingies, aren't we? So we'd want an int trunk hours, an int trunk minutes. We don't want to need a trunk seconds because that should all be done. So, so we can set. So okay, hang on. So we don't even need. Wait, hang on. So hang on. We might not need that. So if we just do trunk hours. Oop, my bad. There we go. So the truncated hours, or no, hours. Oop. Oh no, it is capital. Hours minus trunk hours. So we have that. So that would be 0.675. We're going to multiply it by 60. So then we can do. There we go. Is that? I'm guessing. So if I do 9,630. Oh, oops. Hey, you want to know what? 2 and 40. We are definitely on the. Thank you very much, Jack of Trades. My brain doesn't like to work. I'm just. Okay. So. Go back there. Okay. So we would trunk the hours here. So we don't have to. And then we trunk the hours here, trunk the minutes as well. So if we do this. 240. There we go. Look at that. Thank you. Okay, so I have to. Man. Okay, so then. What you're doing is magic. What you did was magic that helped me figure it out. There we go. I like that. Probably the same here. So this is all wrong. Minus trunk of minutes. So if you do 0.5, what do we need to do? Because we're not going to multiply it by 60. Times... No, it wouldn't even be times 100. Because if you times it by 100... Because... let's just see what happens, and then I can try that. I need to look. I need to look. Oops. I need to see what I'm dealing with to try to figure this out. 240. Oh. Oops. Oh, oop, another one. There we go. Okay. I just want to check something real quick. See what this... It's wrong. That's not right. Okay. So we'll do this. Okay, so let's see. So 96, 2436. That's not right. What? Oh yeah, so that's the remainder of the division. So it would be 2 with a remainder of 2430, which is not what we're looking for. So not gonna work. So the question then becomes, so we have, when we run this, and I know the randomness, 9630. So we have two, so this is 9630 seconds. So that's 2 hours, 40 minutes and half, so half a minute, which I'm trying to figure out. You want to know what? It should be this, I think. So if we do, so we have that, multiply that by 60F. We would still do that. So now 9630. Hey, how you doing, Nick? Hi, I missed you. How are you doing? I am doing well. Okay, so this, all right, close enough. I'm learning C++ because it helps me with Unreal Engine, and instead of using all the classes and everything from the engine, if I do C++, I can do keep the stuff small and I think learn quicker instead of having to type it all out. The other thing I'm doing with C++ is on the cybersecurity side. C++ is one of the languages that you can use to do reverse engineering. Security Plus. So Security Plus is a CompTIA thing, and it's not like a horrible certificate to get. So the issue though with this is the fact that So this is all right. We're good. We're good. We figured it out because of Jack of Trades. So it's not necessarily in the same area as Security Plus. So Security Plus is a base level security cert, or a beginner. My bad. A beginner level security cert. Okay. Hello, Austin. But yeah, as you're progressing, Security Plus is a really good place to start your security journey. I don't have it myself. I probably could go get it, but I just don't. I'm horrible at taking tests, and I don't want to spend like $300 and fail, even though I know not all the answers, but I know I probably could. I might be able to pass it. But no. So you have that area, and then like within security is a very large thing. So the Security Plus kind of is like, hey, security more broadly, and then I'm like, hey, this little slice like right here instead of like all this. So that's kind of where we're at. But this is a rounding error. I mean, there's nothing I can do. You just round up, it's 30. So we figured this out. So like I said, so with Jack of Trades, thank you for your help figuring this out right here, this truncation. So just a quick overview. So what this whole thing does is it will, please enter the total length in seconds. So we added here, we'll do this. We'll throw this up too. So what we did is I'll cut this out. We'll go down here. Got a nice clean screen that we can work with. So we're taking this. We entered this number in. So what it does is it'll take the total seconds, which is what we entered in. So it's this number right here. It'll divide it by 60, and then it'll divide it by 60 again. So that's going to equal 2. Then what I'm doing is I'm taking that. Well, it's going to equal 2.675. So then what it does is it'll take this 2.675 and it'll minus 2. So it's truncating everything. It's truncating this. So all it leaves is a 2. So that will leave us with our 0.675. So then what I'm doing is I'm taking... Oh, that's what this does right here. So we have our 0.675, and it's going to multiply that by 60. And that equals, I don't know off the top of my head, 40, I think, right? 60. Yeah, 40. 40.5 specifically. So now we have 40.5. So now what we're doing is we're doing the same thing here. We're taking this 40.5 and we're truncating the minutes. So it's going to be 40. So because we took off that, 0.5. And that's going to equal, oops, my bad. And that's going to equal our 0.5 is what it should have done. Not, it's whatever it had, 4,99998 or whatever it was. But anyway, so we're going to take that, and we're going to then multiply that by 60, which will give us our 30. So overall, this whole thing will be 2 hours, 40 minutes, 30 seconds. And that is what we have here. Oops. When we entered that in, oops, 9630. We have our 2 hours, 40 minutes in basically our 30 seconds. This is a rounding error. In C++, I think it might be because I selected float. I probably could change it. I don't know. Anyways, that's the whole thing of this. Yeah, seconds should be a whole number. I'm wondering if it has something to do with this float. We could change this to a double and see what happens. I think we can do a double, right? Or is a double integer only? I don't know. We're about to find out. Oops. Nah, it does it there too. I don't know why it's doing this. It's a rounding thing, I guess. It happens. Because computers. That took us a lot longer than I anticipated it taking us. But it's been fun trying to figure this out. Oh, is there... Okay, so the next thing to do Around. Okay, we can do that. Round. But I don't know. Hopefully it looks like it's part of CMath. So we can try it again. But yeah, how's your life down in Florida now? There we go. Perfect. Thank you. I didn't even I shouldn't. I knew there was a round, I think. You want to know what? I didn't set something up, but that's all right. The dog beach. Oh, nice. Hopefully it's not too far from your guys' house. I was actually, my nephew wants to join the Air Force. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, but that's not even that bad, honestly. But we're done with this. We're completely done. That took a lot longer than anticipated. I don't even think that was in this chapter. The truncate. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember seeing it. Let's check a look real quick. See where it's at in this book. If it's even in the book. TRU. It's TE. TR. TRU. TRY. TR True. True transistors. Nope. There is no truncate in this book at all. So yeah. Great. Well, I guess that's probably why I should just use the internet rather than the book, but I should just use the book for the questions or exercises and then just use the internet. Okay, I saw this one too. So this one's a hard drive capacity one. So usually when you buy a hard drive, it says, hey, it's like 256 gigs. Well, that's not true because it's not straight up 1,000. It's actually 1,024. So it's actually smaller than your 256. It's what, 237, I think. But that's write a program that does that. There's a simpler approach, I think, using the modulus operator. And integer numbers. Yeah, I was looking through chapter 2 and I found it. I don't know where it went. That operator. Like I said, I'm using just this book for mainly. You want to know? I think it's more important to look up answers on the internet so you kind of understand how to search. And I have no idea where it's at. The chapter 2 is freaking huge. All right, there we go. Example. So I thought it had. Yeah, so it uses inches. We probably could have, but I'm gonna. I mean, there's always more than one. Whenever you program, there's always more than one way to get the results that you're looking for. So, I mean. I just looked up, how to, oh shoot, I forgot to post. Oh well. Discard. I forgot to post. I posted the Blue Sky. I didn't post the X. That's fine though. That's all right. Who cares? But yeah, so we're good here, I guess. I guess, an understanding, the language itself is kind of helpful. I mean, it just, we did it this way, and like you said, it probably could change that to int, but how would that work, though? Because if it's an int and there's a float, I thought it just drops it. So I don't know if you could still pull that out. That's the only thing that I'm kind of thinking of. I mean, could it really be pulled out? Actually, here's a good one. It says a milk carton here. Let's write this out. Let's get this out. Oops. I clicked the wrong button. I clicked the wrong button. Oh no. Okay, are we back in? We are back in. Okay. Okay, we're back in. Oopsie. So let's. So total seconds. All right, so we can check that out real quick. See outs. So we're outputting to the display total seconds. And then hours. How would see that's and then we'd want to change this to ints. There you go. Oh shoot. Whoops. Whoopsie. Uh-oh. That. Hang on, let me think. Oh, it didn't even. Okay, so hang on. What's going on with this? There we go. So if we entered 9360 0. Come on, outline 17 and 19. Oh. No. One failed. What failed? Oh, yeah, we need to have the hours available so we can see what the hours is. So you shouldn't comment out. Well, because all it is it's just the value, but with nothing in it. So I have to, there has to be this. Uh-oh. Add comment, hang on. It'd be zero. It's 0. Yeah, so there wouldn't be because. No, it should be 720. I don't know. It's fine. We can. It's all good. Always look and test. That's one thing I did learn. It's always a good idea to learn and test and see what's going on. Okay, so we have the hard drive capacity one's kind of interesting. We'll create a new project. So this is going to be, what's it? So I forgot to set up my follows alerts and stuff. So I can get in that really quick. Like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. Last weekend I went out. Well, anyways, so I updated my graphics card. So I'm like, all right, let's update it. So I updated it, and my computer decided to start rebooting. It would reboot. Usually it'd be about every 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes it lasted up to about a half an hour. And it was very quick too. I wasn't able to get, it took a while for me to see a lot of the issues, what gave the blue screens before it restarted. Because it was really hard to get into the event viewer because it didn't want me to get into the event viewer. But I went through the normal process of, well, hang on. I had, so what would I do? It would, for some odd reason, the NVIDIA app would not update my video card. So I installed it, I installed it myself. I went to the NVIDIA site. You know, I make sure I go to the correct sites and everything. And the, what happened? Oh, only one monitor worked. That's what it was. Only one monitor worked. It was this one over here. You can't see it. It's my Asus monitor. Or Asus. Oh no, ads are running. All right, I can wait. We can wait. We will finish with that story when we come back. It is annoying. It was super annoying. So, but let's get this hard drive. So we're creating the hard drive real quick. And we will leave this open while we wait. So we'll pull this up real quick. We'll do a, don't need any of this. You can delete it. And I'm not really sure what we talk about right now, but yeah, it was not fun. It was super annoying. I'm just setting this up real quick. Just removing some of the stuff we're not going to need, getting ready for the next project. Okay, we'll save that, and then we need to set this to start a project. So thinking we can oh, okay. Okay, we could have put that in there. Where yeah, we could have done that. So okay, so I'll just continue. Hopefully lengthwise is so when I installed it, only one monitor worked. So I'm like, all right, let me use the DDU utility. I don't know if U stands for utility, so I'm just gonna say that. So I went into safe mode, ran that program, removed all the GPU stuff, you know, restarted back up, and just remember that it was restarting every usually 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes it went up to half an hour, and it would not let me open up Event Viewer. So, and it was not a virus. I don't know what it was, because I was able to run for some odd, it let me run a quick scan with Windows Defender, so I know there wasn't really an issue with that. But so then I'm like, all right, let's install the GPU driver again. Would not install. This would not run. It would come up and it would just die. It would just be like, no, don't want to run it. Like, okay, well that sucks. And then, you know, just kept restarting and restarting and restarting. And I'm like, okay, so basically what ended up happening, I went over to the nearest Micro Center to me, and I purchased a 9950X, a X670E or MSI X670E Tomahawk Wi-Fi gaming motherboard or whatever, and it came with some RAM, and I upgraded it to 64. It was Corsair Vengeance CL30, so it's, from what they were telling me, CL28 is the best you can get, and that's super expensive. You don't want it, but 30's optimal. That's kind of what you really want. So I got, you know, all that stuff set up, got it installed, and then I accidentally, because, well, it was running really hot, and I was like, oh crap, I probably didn't put enough thermal paste on it. So I wiped the thermal paste off. Not over. It's right. That's a trash one over there. So wipe the thermal paste off. I went to lift the thing that holds the CPU in. I accidentally touched the pins on the motherboard. So so with AMD, I think the AM5s, there's pins that come up from the motherboard instead of being on the actual CPU. So when I went to grab the thing to lift up to put the CPU back in, I bent some of the pins and I was like, crap. So I ended up buying another motherboard. And so now everything's all set up. And so I lost all, so long story short, I lost a lot of my stuff and I have to reset up some of it. For some odd reason, like the hard drive that's messed up is a Samsung. I use Samsung Magician. And so I was able to run a diagnostic on the drive itself that was one of the things it said. It said the CPU, some CPU errors were coming up, some memory errors were coming up, some hard drive errors were coming up on the blue screens when that would reset. Samsung Magician ran through. I didn't find anything wrong, but some of the files are actually corrupted on the drive for I don't know why. But that's what you get for computers. Random things happen. But so this all comes down because someone actually followed me. So I have been doing anonymous follows. I will continue for now. I'm probably going to switch it over to do, hey, thanks for following. So anyways, thank you for following. I will say that. But yeah, anyway, so we got that was a long story short. Or the long story long, I guess, not really short. But yeah, so I don't have any sticky notes. I used to have sticky notes always right near me, and I don't know where any are. So, and I'm trying to, so the other thing is I'm not using OBS. So I'm using Meld Studio as well. There's some things I don't like with it, but I can deal with it because I use what is it? I use it's like a soundboard. So I use a Mackie DLZ Creator. So I can set up a lot of the EQ and compression and stuff like that. So I might need to fix it still. I don't know how I sound exactly. I know it works. I know you guys can hear my voice, but I don't know how it sounds. So I might need to mess with that settings. Because unfortunately, as far as I can tell, we'll just move this over really quick. There we go. So we'll move Meld over. So whenever you hit, this is all you get. You don't get an EQ, you don't get a compressor, you don't get a noise cancellation, you don't get anything. And I know they're updating it, and I know. So OBS can only use a VST. So if you know what VST is, it's like a plugin, so you can use. I don't want to open OBS. I don't know what's going to happen. But if you go into your sound, you right click, you go to filters. So your VST plugins would be in the filters, so you can have a EQ VST. It's just another. Basically, it's just like a fancy. It could be like a fancier plugin that you can use. Well, from what I was reading, Meld Studio actually offers VST3 plugins, which offer some additional things. There's some other ones that I know of that's VST3 that I kind of was wanting to use in OBS and I couldn't. So hopefully, in the future, when they hopefully add or allow you to use more filters, that's going to be very nice. But they might allow you right now. I'll have to look a little more into it. But anyways, so the whole thing is, it says, well, this is kind of an old book. It says if you buy a 40 gig hard drive, which you can probably not find anymore, then the actual storage size probably isn't 40 gig. I said 256, because that's like a really small hard drive nowadays. So basically, your 1 kilobyte of data does not equal, 1,000. 1,000 bytes. It really equals 1024 bytes. Oops, not 1025. So that was the whole thing. So your 40 gig hard drive is really so if you do 256 It's really, I think it's 238, 237, something like that. Chapter 1. So it's the same way or with 64. It's not of memory. It's not really 64. It'll say 64, but it's not really 64. Yeah, so it says a 40 gig hard drive is approximately 37.25 gig, or 40 gigabyte. Yeah, is a 3725 gigabytes. It says write a program that prompts the user to enter the drive size, specify the manufacturer on the drive box, and outputs the actual size, which shouldn't be too hard, I hope. So write. It says algorithm though. I don't. Where you can input the manufacturer's size and actual size. There's no R in actual. That's how well I spell. I think I typed too fast and the book's in the way. So this is over in the. So if we just chapter 1, let's go back to chapter 1 real quick. Sorry, like I said, I don't want to get in trouble showing you guys the book. Oh dang! So it's a byte, a kilobyte, a megabyte, a gigabyte, a terabyte, a petabyte, which I knew of, and then a exabyte, and then a zettabyte. Jeez. Wait, no, it's actually, how does it work? A 40 gig hard drive would be bigger. Wait, why is it saying it's smaller? I'm confused now. Wait, let me think. So you'd actually, all right, so here it is, my bad. So a 40 gig hard drive really has 40 gigs, but that's not the actual, like, correct. So it really would be 37.25 gigabytes is what should be on the display for it to be a 40 gigabyte hard drive. So if you had a 40 gigabyte hard drive, it would actually be like 44-ish gigabytes. So, okay, we'll figure it out. Let's figure out what's going on. Oh. All right. So what do we got? We have, so write a program where you can input the manufacturer. So man size. There are differences between GB and GIB. Yep. Okay, so that's probably why they're saying it's 40 gigabytes rather than. Yep. Nope. I understand. Oh, actually, I gotta check something real quick. Hopefully it's okay. Where's? It's a browser. Never mind. Why am I looking for something that's in the browser? Oh, here. Let's take a look. So over, for people on Twitch, because I can't show YouTube chat because Twitch is meh. There's was it 3DS Bros 64 is talking about gigabytes and then the GBI. Both they're different. Base 10. Okay, so So all right, so the GB's what's actually on the drive itself. This is what's actually, wait, no. Hang on. Let me think. Oh my gosh, it's why I hate. Let me show this here. There we go. So if we do this, there we go. So that's the only difference. So what 3D Bros 64 is mentioning over on YouTube was this. So one is GBI and then the other's just GB. So GB is based on, the tens, and then this is binary. So binary is, for example, if I know binary because of IPs. IPs are all binary. So it's so whenever you're trying to set up a network, it's it's not binary. It's two. Yeah, so it'd be, one. So like if you do, oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. Oh, here, I'll show you. So hexadecimal. So I'll show you what I work with all day. Stuff like this. So this /32 prefix means this is your IP. So if your IP address is 10.10.10.10, you'd put, it could be 10.10.10.10/31. And this is how big the network, oh, okay. So he's saying, or he or she, I'm assuming it's a he because of his bros, is saying that the Windows shows this side, like the actual size that's on the drive. Because if you actually open up your drive, it will not be this. It will be this. So if you have a 1 terabyte drive, you will see with nothing on it, it should be this size roughly, and it will not be this size at all. I think that's what you're saying. Like I said, I always get confused at this, and I understand, 1 kilobyte is 1024 bytes. It's not 1000 bytes. I'm trying to remember. Oh my gosh, so KB is 1000 bytes and KIB is KB. So kilobytes is not kibibytes. So the question becomes is why do they even do the kibibyte, which is the 1024, and yeah. They use it interchangeably nowadays. So let's see. Okay, so you'll have this much usable space on a 256 gigabyte drive. Okay. So they're saying it's 256, but the computer uses the base 2, so 1024, so you're ending up really getting this much. You're not losing anything, they're just marketing as this. Because then you're going to be like, here is a 238 gigabyte drive. And they'd be like, why? Because I don't know. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Rabbit hole's bad. Hexadecimal. Oh yeah, for IPv6 though. I did some research to find where Unreal's main is located. See, hey, the first question is how many lines of code is Unreal? Over 2 million lines for the core engine. Jeez. So where is the main for Unreal? This is in the launch module. Okay, that makes sense. In the guarded main function. Yeah, so basically we don't even touch the main. They probably put a lot of crazy how programs are just a loop. Yeah. I was gonna say we don't even touch it. We'll like touch. So let's say let's say let's say this is main, right? So in Unreal, you're touching like over here, up over everywhere, but here. It'll all trickle down into this and then just run. It's crazy. All right, so ready program, manufacturer size, and actual. It doesn't matter, manufacturer size, and then one is actual size. This is actually gonna be maybe kind of easy. We'll see. Now I wonder how many threads they run off the main. Oh, that's weird. My chat's not working for. That's why I hate freaking Stream Elements. Now I'm wondering how many threads they run off the main thread and what each one does. Hey, what you doing way up there? That's what that's doing. Okay, so we have our. These will be int. There's no need to have him a point decimal. And like I said, I'm not writing this program to be completely finished. There's a lot of other things. So for this instance, you know, like I mentioned earlier, someone could just put a Q in and it'll just like mess everything up or it won't run. So I would, I forget what it's called. It's a failed something. I forget what off the top of my head. Oh shoot. Hang on, I got switch on my batteries real quick. There we go. But yeah, so someone could put in a queue or whatever. So I'm not writing this to be complete. I'm writing it to, you know, for me to, so it could work fine. Uh-oh, it looks like we're lagging a little bit. I do keep, we're running. Oh, I guess we're back to normal. Oops, let me grab this one. Let's see where we're at. Bitrate. Wow, it's health port. Not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming, as such viewers will experience buffering. So I'm sorry to both Twitch and YouTube. My internet might be kind of cutting out. That's like, oh, you're streaming, we're gonna stop you. Also, for all these streamers, also just one extra, if you go to the purchase, you'll see this. Huh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, my stream's kind of dying. Oh. So it's not YouTube and it's not Twitch. I have crappy internet. I do have like a 1.2 gigabyte line, except for the fact that my internet ISP sucks. So sorry about that. If I like I said, I know it says right there, error, YouTube is not receiving enough video and maintaining smooth streaming. So like I said, sorry about that for both. If it's happening at both, shows. So all right. So also one extra. If you go to the this properties, you'll see the size and. So yeah, I think they're just using gigabytes and gigabytes like interchangeably. I mean, because the I'm gonna say the masses, so like everybody who's not necessarily tech savvy doesn't understand the difference. So to them, they're just like, well, here we're gonna go whoop and just interchange them. Manufacturer, read a program where you can input manufacturer size and it will give the actual size. Okay. Oh man, YouTube. My stream. Well, I do know. I'll write this down. I don't have a sticky note. That sucks. Okay, so. I wonder, should we actually... Well, you want to know what we're going to do? Manufacturer size should be the gigabytes, and the actual size... Yes, I think that's right. So, if we do... So we know we're going to need... So we're just going to put this in the global area, so we're not putting it... in manufacturer size... And then int actual size. If I can spell, there we go. Spelling hurts. I am horrible. All right. So I don't think this one is actually going to be too difficult. So basically what it boils down to, let me check. Put our calculator. 40 times or divided by 1 point. What? Oh, adds about around 2 minutes. What does the book say about multi-threading? That's for another stream. So what book? I don't even understand multi-threading. I probably should look into it. 024. Ooh, that did not work. The book I have, the C++ programming book. Actually, I don't know if it will have anything for multi-threading, because it's more of a. Let's see real quick. Got the end and Y, multiple, multi. Nothing. Multi-dimensional arrays. So we got a couple other books real quick. So we have two from the creator, Bjorn. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He has more multi, but not multi-thread. Multi-map, multi-dimensional, multi-moving. Nope. Not in that one. And the other C++ book I have 3. I have more than 3, but those are the ones, the 3 I'm going to be using. This might... He actually might have it in here. So the creator of C++, multi-byte character encoding, argument, multi-dimensional arrays, multi-level, multi-map, multi-method, He does not say anything about multi-threading. Oh, okay. You're probably right. So I would have to look more into it. So we might not have the key term the book is using. We're looking in M, but maybe thread. Maybe. I didn't even think about that. So real quick. Look real quick. Templates. Thread. 1191. Jeez, oh Pete, man. 1100 pages. That's not even like. As we're running for 90 seconds. I do have to use the bathroom real quick, so give me one. I want this 1191. See if there's anything in here with it. Nope, it's not talking about that. All right. I was talking about standard library. Give me 1 second. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, and we're good there. There we go. All right. So the threading it did have threading. The threading it was talking about was for like standard libraries. The other, I didn't even check this one yet. Let me check the other C++ book I'm using right now. TH, oops, here. Nope, it's like this, 3, throw. Nope, no thread. Actually, this, 3, yeah, no thread. So it doesn't really talk about threading and how it works. And not even, like I said, not even the actual C++, like the guy who created C++ talks about it, at least in his books. I did check one, I didn't check the other one. Beta, this Thompson three-way comparison, my bad. Three-way comparison, throwing, no threading. Like I said, that's the creator of C++. Didn't even talk about it. So that's what we get. So what were we doing? We were doing something about hard drives. thread program where you can input the manufacturers. Okay, so I need to, so we needed to figure out because it should be 38. So why is it? Hang on, what number? I already written it out in my head, but this doesn't make sense. Shoot. What number did we choose? If it's odd, it probably isn't because knowing me, I only pick evens. I'm a genius. It's 14, of course. Of course, this is even. All right. Multi-threading is an advanced topic. Okay. Yeah, that's beyond me then. But I'm kind of curious on why this isn't working. Because I would have thought that doing this would have, had a different result. Because it was saying it was like 38, or I think it said 37 something. It was 14. Yeah, so it says, so the actual storage of 40 gigabyte hard drive is approximately 37.25. You might like to read the fine print next time you buy a hard drive. So what is that? So if we do maybe think of how Unreal. So the actual neat thing that you can do, I think they actually have forks of it on GitHub. Because I have a Udemy course, at least for 4.23 or something like that. It's an old one, but like the guy goes super into depth. And one of the things he does talk about is... Oh, okay. But one of the things he does talk about is actually going into the engine and changing some of the things in the engine, which is kind of interesting. But the two main threads seem to be a game. The easiest way is to converting to... Oh, okay. So if you do... So if I do... So if I divide it by 10... Oh no, that didn't work. Okay, hang on. So the easiest way to convert bytes and then converting to... So how do you convert it though? It's not even close to what I would have thought it would have been. So if we do... $37.25. So it's that. I mean, even if you do 40 divided by 37.25, yeah, it still should be that. 40 times. Times 1,000 third power. Oh my gosh, okay. Oh, you literally, oh my gosh. Okay, so that makes sense. You're, okay, that makes, okay, I understand now. So I'm gonna put it over into the, other chat just so that Twitch knows, because unfortunately I cannot show both chats, and not even my freaking Twitch chat showing up. But anyway, so 3D Bros 64, so for Twitch, posted this into the oh, actually it is up there. Okay, that's weird. He posted that into the YouTube and chat over on YouTube, so I understand this now. So that what he said makes sense. So if we're doing, oh, hang on, let me. So be two. So this one still should work anyway as well. Nope. So 256 times. So what happened is, okay. So divide that by. Okay. Yep. So basically we took, so for that, what he posted, so the 40, so yeah, 40 gigabyte is 40,000 megabytes, which is 40 million kilobytes, which is 40 billion bytes. Then you divide by 1024 three times because you multiply it. Yeah, okay. So so if we were so you do though. That's the thing, because you're taking, because you removed all the zeros out from the 40 gigabytes. That's where you get to the third power. So if I had a gigabyte, 1 tera, let's say I have a 8 terabyte hard drive, right? So 8 terabytes is going to be actually, hang on. Oh my gosh. Actually, no, because no, we're doing it wrong. There we go. So if I have an 8 terabyte drive, so that would be 8 to the times to the 4th power. So you got your tens, millions, or millions, billions, and then or trillions, right? So then you would divide that by 1024 to the 3rd. Oops, shoot. Back up. Oh, dang it. Dang it. Okay, so 8 trillion. So it's 1,000, million, billion, trillion. And then we divide that by 1024. I fat fingered it, which was the whole thing, to the 4th power. So your actual 8 terabyte hard drive will be 2.78 or 7.28 terabytes rather than your 8 terabyte. So you would need that to the 3rd power because you're splitting it apart, which is why this didn't work. When I was doing the 40 divided by divided by 1.0. That's why it's giving me that 39. But if I did 40 divided by 3.072, you'll get not the right answer. That didn't work. That didn't work out. 10, because it's wrong. I did it wrong. 1.024 to the. I did it wrong. Oh wait, nope. 40 divided by. My bad. That's see. So you got your so you do need it basically. Is all I was trying to say. Okay. So, and then he's also mentioned. I'm gonna put this in, just so everybody knows what we're talking about. There we go. Okay. So never mind. Actually, you may need it. Yes. So so that, you know, hang on. Let me. Okay. I don't know why I just closed that, but so let's say I only had a 40. All right. So if we go back in the day, so you have, you know, your 40 megabyte drive, and that's right. So if you only have a 40 megabyte drive, so it's 40. 1, 2, 3. So it's 10 to this, you know, 1,000 to the second, right? So if you do, there we go. So if you go 40 times 10 to the second equals, you know, 40, and then you divide that by 1024 to the second, you're still going to get your 38. It's going to be a little bit different right here, but it's still going to be 38. So if I did, you know, the 40 million or billion, my bad. You know, divide that by 1024 to the third. See? Oh wow, it's never mind. It's actually, yeah, that would be right because of the ratio. So you would be continuously going down. But yeah. Anyways, so that's actually gonna work. So 3DS bros, 2 thumbs up. Thank you. I just realized it's almost midnight my time, so I'll probably have to go here in a little bit. And I think I'm gonna focus on maybe just streaming at least at night on Fridays if I can. This coming Friday, it's gonna be a little later. My daughter works till. Hang on, let me look. I think it's. Let me see what time she said. Hang on, give me 1 second. She said she works to 9, so I wouldn't even be home till 9:30. So I'd probably stream from 9:30 to maybe 11:30 ish, 12. But yeah, so what I also decided, I mean, I'll kind of skim through the book, but I'm going to start just focusing on the exercises. So, and then just kind of looking up how, hey, how do I, not necessarily, what's the answer, but how do I do something? So, okay, so we need to look at this again. So write a program where you put the manufacturer size. Okay, so hello, good sir. So it'd be like hello. What is the size? The size of the manufacturer. On the drive. Now it's not really a hard drive anymore. Oh wait, we just want to do this. Oh, forgot. I always forget using namespace. STD. Okay. And then we would do the N would be manufacturer size. So then in the background, actual. So at least using, what 3DS Bros gave us would be manufacturer size times, actually let's do this just to make sure because exponents, there's things to this whatever power go first when you're doing math, so we want to make sure we put parentheses in here. Times 1,000, oops, pow. 1,000 and then 3. Oops, yeah, that. And then we will divide by 10 pow 1024. Is it even 3? So we're gonna do this. So what I stopped for a reason. So the reason I stopped is because this, if we're talking about terabytes, this would then be 4. So you'd want to do you would want to do some sort of check to see the. No, actually you wouldn't, because we're gonna we're gonna ask a different question. Kinda. Because we want to tell them, because it's gonna be 1 terabyte though. Oh. Drive in. So now, if please notes, the size is in PB. Please add 3 zeros at the end. Okay. So then do an end line, and then we'll do another C out. We'll do size, and then we'll do this. There we go. That's not gonna work though. Well, never mind. That will work. This should work because we're adding. So we can check real quick with this. So we'll do let's say the 8 terabyte drive, right? Did I have multiple ones? I do have multiple ones. So we use multiple ones. Okay, so we have our 8 terabyte. We're gonna multiply that by 1000 to the 4th power, because now we're in terabyte territory. Then I don't know why I did that. Well, whatever. Then we'll divide that by 1024 to the 4th power. Wait, how much is a gigabyte? 1 billion. So gigabytes in the billions. Out of curiosity, so because the issue is going to be 8,000 times 1,000 to the 3rd power. Same thing. So divided by. It's not going to work, because if we divide that by 1024 to the 3rd power. It would. Well, no, because it's different. See? And here. So you want to know what? We're only going to look at. Well, hang on. So let's try this in reverse. Actually, now that I think about it, I just closed both of them. Dang it. So we're going to do this in reverse. So let's say put it in terabyte, and if you're in the gigabytes, just do this. 0. Let's say 750 gigabyte hard drive, multiply by 1,000 to the 4th power. So multiply that, divide that by 1024 to the. I don't think this is gonna be right. So 682 gigabytes. I think I'm just gonna be overthinking, because at the time they probably didn't have terabytes out yet. Oh no, they probably would have had terabytes out. Or really close, because I think the book was published in 2017, so I think they did. So hang on, so you're saying it's actually 10 to the second. That's a so well. I'm trying to figure out how long do I want my code to be. Should I just focus on just normal gigabyte numbers, or should I focus on okay, I was curious. Adding more to it where it would actually look at like, yeah, I can just do an if statement, really. So you could do like if, like you can do, is the hard drive in gigabytes, and you can say, let's say you say no, then you'd run 10 to the fourth. But yeah, so 1,000 to the second is 1,000,000, and then 1,000 to the third is 1,000,000,000, and then 1,000 okay, so 40 times 10 to the third. Okay, it's just 40 to 40. Oh my curiosity. You're probably right. I was way overthinking. Oh, I did. Oops, I did multiply. I need you to wait. What? For some odd reason. Oh, 1 point. Oh, oops. Oh, 2, 4. Oop. Okay, that would work. Okay, that would. Okay. So if we do manufacturer side, here we go. Let's do this. There we go. So what's? Oh wait. So what's going on right here? Oh, it's expecting. Okay. So if we run. So if I do 256 gigabytes, it does not. Oh, whoops. My bad. C out. Whoops. Actual size. My bad. Oh, so yeah. So 1 over 1.024 is 0.9765625. Okay. If I do this. I'm gonna check something real quick. I'm seeing this. All right, here we go. 238. That changes the float. Integer. So he was saying it was 37.25. Oh no, my bad. That's right. My bad. I was thinking nope, we're good. So, but instead of doing the 0.9765625, I mean, that's, where's it at? I think I closed it again. Dang it. Divided by 1.024. Oh, you literally, okay. It might be like easier just to write out this division. The 1 divided by 1.024 to the third, just because I think it's actually technically a little bit shorter. We're doing. Oh, it looks like ads are being run over on Twitch. Of course, I am charging this. I needed to charge my phone. Okay, there we go. I need to charge my phone a little bit. It's almost dead. Well, thanks, though, 3DS Bros. You came in and gave out a ton of helpful information. I would not have guessed that exactly. I mean, I should... I should have known. So one of my math classes, you know, one of the things to do was to actually break it apart and kind of do what you're showing. What time is it? Okay. But this has been tons of fun. I don't know, like, kind of tired. I'm getting tired. See, we can close out. I think it's all, nope, it's not saved. But yeah, I do want to say thanks though, because that has been very helpful. So it's just another thing that makes me realize you need to step back and look at the whole thing and kind of drill down into things to kind of see what's going on, because yeah, that, like, the actually, what is, first of all, what is 10 to 4 to the third? Oh, it's, oh my gosh, I'm dumb. I should have known. It was not 3, because I was multiplying by 3, not to the third power. That's one of the things I need to finish setting up. I haven't really done. I have a Discord server that has, like, I need to put a little bit of security into it first. I'll probably like, should I'll try to do it tomorrow. I do have some stuff I've things going on tomorrow, so I'll try to set it up, and then I'll try to get it out, because I know there's, like, actually, one of the things, you can only have, what, 200 Discord servers or something like that, which I think is kind of dumb, but that's, you know, their arbitrary limit that the Discord people put on, so I think it's 200. So that's why I'm kind of like, well, there's people that have probably a ton, and I don't know if I should make one. Like, but I did make one. It's just not really there. But I know I have had a couple people ask about it, so I will look at finishing it up. So I can do that. Actually, I don't want to open it because I don't know where it's going to open, and I don't want to give stuff out. But let me. I have a piece of receipts. Not that side. I'm not sure where my. I don't know where my thing is though, so I'll have to find it. Here's a pen. Never mind, I got a pen. So we got a pen. So, Discord server. We're gonna finish. I got a pen that does not work. Does not work. Oh dang! Found a pen, didn't work. Anyways, yeah, I'll figure out. I'll go write it down. So I got Discord server I need to do. I need to set up some, like, if you're on Twitch, if you follow, I need to set that up. If you're on YouTube and you subscribe, I need to set something up for that too. I don't have either of those set up right now. Like I said, I had that issue, and a lot of the stuff I have on my other drive is kind of gone. So I need to transfer what I can over and set all that stuff back up. Which I've been using Firebot. So I have StreamerBot I've been using for all the ad stuff. I also have Firebot too, so I'll have to get all that stuff, all those goodies set up again, which I could do. Shouldn't take too long. I might take tomorrow off from streaming just to kind of set that all up, get it going, and then I stream kind of randomly. What it boils down to is, one, I don't stream Wednesdays, and I wouldn't have a whole lot of time. I go shopping Wednesdays. I don't even get home till like 7:30, 8 o'clock. So I leave my house at 5 o'clock in the morning, or 6 o'clock in the morning. I get back around 4:30, and then I leave again at 5:30 when my wife gets home to go shopping, and then we come back, and we're back at like I said, 7:30, 8. So it's just a very long day. So usually I try to stream the Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that really depends on when my daughter works. Usually now it seems like she's working Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, unfortunately. So if I stream on Friday, it's going to be kind of late. So like I said, I got to pick her up at 9, drop her off. I'm usually home by about 9:30, so I could probably get on right around then and be on for a couple hours. I try to make Saturday and Sunday my long streams, but today my father-in-law, I usually go over to his house with him and his wife, and I pick up their trash, and then I take their trash down to the transfer station we have near us. So nice. No, I do it just to help them out because he had a quadruple bypass surgery, so he really can't lift like a lot of weight. So I've just been doing it to help them out. So yeah, there's that. But actually, interesting. I see who we're. All right, so as I mentioned, though, it just really depends. My daughter's been working Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So Mondays and Thursdays looks like I'll be on for a couple hours on those days. Slowly going, like this book is just huge. So I'm going to slowly start picking out some stuff. Oops, let's go this side. It's pretty big. So I'm just going to start just going through examples and trying to figure them out. Some of them are like, hey, here's these steps you need to do. So I might kind of focus on those because it tells me, hey, what I need to do. So I can kind of go look into understanding, and probably enums would be one. Headers are probably going to be something I don't fully understand. There's probably some other stuff in there that I'm not going to understand right off the bat, and we can kind of struggle through and succeed and learn and force the stuff into my brain and your brain too, hopefully. That's some weird music, man. So I've listened into Stream Beats, and there's like 58 hours of it. We're gonna skip. There, we'll skip to that one. But I will. No, actually, that was Stream Beats. It better be Stream Beats. That's what I have up. See, actually, we can go back. Let me go back real quick. Is it this one? Yeah, who is the flow? It's Ooh. I don't even know where the heck that is. Who is Flo? Oops. Yeah, it's in the Stream Beats playlist. It's Stream Beats. Because they let you stream stuff for free, and you don't have to pay. I mean, if he's like, hey, you could pay here, I'd be like, here's a one-time donation because you got free stuff, man. There's like, it was streambeats.com, I think is where you need to go, and then there's like streambeats.org where it's like, hey, pay us $4 and you can use this. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that because it's not like involved Harris Heller at all. So, but yeah, so YouTube, I will probably be on Monday. Hopefully I'll have a little stuff for you guys. Maybe I'll have to figure out something if you guys wanted. What's the stuff? Hang on. First of all, let me open something real quick because I want to keep an eye on him. Let me see how long he's been streaming for. Streaming for in 2 hours, so he'll probably be on for a little bit longer. So it's Z.A. Shaw. He has his own website. I think he's done a couple books. And it says he's doing C++ game dev, retro dungeon crawl inventory. So I'll start the right over to him. But like I said, first, YouTube's been great. 3D Bros or 3DS Bros, my bad. Thank you for the help in Wallace. I hope you have a awesome learning journey for C++ as well. It's with your game. It's C++ by itself. I think what was it? I forget the name of the game. It's been out freaking forever. MMO. I'm pretty sure it was made in C++. But so YouTube, like I said, I'll probably be on Monday. Tomorrow I'm going to start setting up all the alerts and stuff. Hopefully I'll get some good stuff for you guys, or if you want to be like, hey, can you look into these noise stuff, and then, have it so you guys can play noises. I'll try to find some good ones though, for you guys as well. I know, I'll see if I can maybe hook up Tangia over there or something. But anyways, I hope you have a awesome day over on YouTube, and I will see you guys hopefully on Monday. That's my aim is Monday. So until then, bye YouTube. We'll end over there. Dismiss.